Alright, what's up guys? Reaper here. We're going to be checking out my primary get. Alright, so here it is, the primary blaster. This is my pride and joy right now, and we're going to cover it with you. Quick backstory, as you know, I used to run an ERG exclusively. Still love the platform, it's my backup, but it's gone through some changes and I picked up a VFC. So, without further ado, like I said, here's the primary blaster. The base gun is a VFC VR16, the Mark 18 version. So, just kind of starting at the rear here, I got a Magpul MOE stock. It's old. I've heard some people say it's outdated. I disagree. I find that it's still one of the best stocks on the market. It's slim, it's light, and it's comfortable. And yeah, it's an awesome stock. Moving forward from that, we'll cover the sling at the end. Standard A2 pistol grip, shave the little nub off because that thing is really annoying. The whole lower receiver, buffer tube, and stock have been painted a kind of snakeskin pattern. We'll be doing a video on how to do that shortly, but that's just what that is. Mags, just pick these up. Handful of PTS EPMs. These are fantastic. So far, so good. They feed. They fit fine. A little loose, but nothing a little bit of tape wouldn't fix. Before that, I was using just King Arms mid caps, and those did not fit very well in here. They always got hung up, and you had to wiggle them around for them to finally lock in, and that was just no bueno. So pick these up. Like I said, so far so good. I like them. I took the little fake bullets out because those look stupid. Ranger plates on the bottom, just to give a little bit of shock absorption when you drop them, and also a little bit better grip when you're doing your reloads. On top, in the back here, running a just the VFC rear sight. It's obviously VFC's take on the CAC rear sight. But that's again, it's more for look. I don't actually really use it all that much. Moving up from there, got a Repro G33 magnifier, really more for spotting and PID at distance. Up here in Canada, we got a lot of the AOs that our ops are at, or there's big wide open areas. So this really helps PIDing at distance, seeing who's who, seeing what's what, and who's what. So that's really all I use that for. Short of that, it's really just kind of stays flipped out of the way, and I tend to more rotate it to the side to actually look through it and do what I got to do with that. Moving up from there, this is a Holosun 403 Bravo. This is a fantastic red dot for the price. Used a lot of Repro Aimpoint Repro T1s in my time. None of them really did what I wanted them to do. Either the mount sucked, or the dot sucked, or the brightness sucked, or something about them sucked. So I decided to step it up to a real steel optic. Obviously, not going to buy a real Aimpoint or real AUTech because that's fucking nuts. But the Holosun is really well priced, and it's so far so good. It's a fantastic optic. It's plenty bright. It's daylight bright for days. The battery life is amazing on these things. I got the buttons on the top, so it's not the solar powered version. It's the button version, which I like that, which is good to have. And yeah, it's overall a great optic. Got a Lexan shield on the front here to protect from BBs, obviously. Moving up from there, just got a replica. I think this is a Repro DD QD attachment point. I really don't know. Whatever, it's just a QD attachment point. That is on a Repro Geisley URGI rail, and that's kind of what makes up the heart of the whole front end here, is this URGI rail. Like I said before, I was running just a standard Mark 18 rail, the DD Mark 18 rail from VFC. It's fine, whatever, it's classic, and there's really nothing wrong with it other than it's bulky and it's freaking heavy. And I was just kind of getting really sick of it, to be honest. And let's be honest, everybody and their grandma has built a Mark 18 at some point. So I kind of wanted to get away from that, but I still wanted to stay in the mil-spec world. And so that now that SOCOM has just adopted the URGI upper. They've adopted the longer one, the 13.5 version of the rail for longer guns on teams. Safe to say they'll be adopting the 9.5 version at some point, so I decided to run that and still stay in the mil-spec world, even though it's not a completely accurate clone yet, but that's fine. Anyway, it's M-LOK, it's light, it attaches really easily to the upper receiver, really secure, no problems there. Moving up, just got a Magpul RVG, got this grip cheap, and it works. I'm not really a fan of running like a hand stop on this short of a rifle. It just puts your wrist at a really shitty angle, and I already have wrist problems. So this vert grip works out good for that. Moving up, got a Streamlight ProTac 1. Again, not really trying to buy a real Surefire because that shit is hella expensive too. And these I've found have been almost as good as it's not Surefire good, obviously. But they are plenty good enough for airsoft. The LED quality inside is fantastic. The throw is good. Lumens are good. Pressure pad is awesome. It's got the button and the momentary pad, kind of like the SR7 switch or whatever it is that Surefire makes. So yeah, love this light. It's great. That is mounted on a Haley Strategic Thorntail M-LOK mount. Originally, I wanted to do the light at more of a 45-degree angle, but no matter how I configured it or how I did it, it would just interfere with the pack, unfortunately. So this is the next best thing. It's still more compact and more streamlined than just running it on a Picatinny section here on the M-LOK. So that's that. Up top, this is a FMH, it's a Repro pack. Once again, this is really more for looks than anything else. Sometimes I use a laser to point out at people like, hey, they're over here kind of thing, especially in the dark. But really, other than that, it is more for looks. And then at the end here, just got this in. This is a Repro Surefire Warden. Was gonna go with the Repro Surefire RRC RRC2 Mini, whatever it's called. The shorter version of the can, but again, it's more for looks, and that's just added weight and it's added length that I don't like. So I decided to hit up the Warden. Underneath, just got again the Surefire 4-prong. This is all Repro, obviously, and that's just for looks. Internally, starting with the barrel group, it's got a Prometheus 603 diameter Type bore in it. I believe it is 285 millimeters ish. That's all attached to just the stock VFC hop-up chamber. Up here in Canada, it gets really cold, and metal hop-up chambers really don't do well here, in my experience anyway. So I'm just sticking with the VFC polymer one. There's nothing wrong with it. It works, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And then inside of that is a Maple Leaf 50-degree bucking, because soft buckings are better in the cold than hard buckings. And that also has the Maple Leaf tensioner in it. And that gets it gets flat hop range, definitely, and it gets just about our hop range if you're using good quality BBs. Speaking about BBs, we use 3s exclusively on the team. We found that those are really good for bang for your buck, in the sense that for the weight, they don't get thrown around by the wind, but they're also not taking 13 years to get to your target. Inside the gearbox, there's a ton of work done. Mostly SHS parts, SHS piston, SHS gears. I believe they are 13-to-1 ratio. SHS high torque motor. SHS, just pretty much all the compression parts are SHS, except for the nozzle is ZCI, because the SHS nozzle wasn't compatible for whatever reason. I'm not a tech, I'm just reading off the list that he gave me, but that's that. Running a M120 spring in here, so this thing is right at 400 feet per second, which is right what I needed. I don't need higher than that. Don't want any lower than that, because here in Canada we can run 400 feet per second indoors. So that's good. Powering all of this is a Gate Titan. Wanted to go the BTC way, but they're hard to get and they're expensive, and figured a Gate Titan was just as good, and I wanted to try it out anyway. So far so good. Once you get past the menu, and the menu is pretty convoluted, so once you understand how to use that, it's fine. But be aware that the menu is pretty complicated at first. Not sure if I mentioned it, SHS high torque in here, so that gives it really good trigger response. I don't have any pre-cocking on it right now. I'm trying to extend the life of this as long as I can, and pre-cocking just kind of puts more wear on parts, and really I don't need it. Finally, we're going to talk about the sling. It's a fairly standard sling setup these days with modern shooters and stuff, but I'll go over it real quickly anyway. It's a Ferro Concept Slingster, running QD at the back here with a PTS QD plate, the back of the receiver here, and like I said, the Repro DD QD attachment at the front. Running it here because it kind of gives you best of both worlds between a 2-point and a 1-point. 1-point suck, let's just be honest, 1-point suck, and if you're still using a 3-point, you should probably just quit airsoft. But this gives you the best of both worlds between a 2-point and 1-point. Still gives you the mobility and the ability to change shoulders rapidly, but gives you the retention of a 2-point if you need to sling it on your back to climb a ladder or whatever you got to do. You can do that, and like I said, it gives you the agility and mobility of a 1-point for switching shoulders. Not that I'm switching shoulders a whole lot. I'm mostly running in a team environment, and we're usually running way too fast to be switching shoulders, and I end up juggling the gun a lot, and that is not a good thing to do. Just rely on your teammates for cutting those corners, and really, at the end of the day, the amount of body that you're exposing by just leaning over a little bit and staying on your strong side is negligible, especially if you're doing things at speed. The element of surprise should be enough to give the drop. So yeah, I think that about covers it. That's my GAT. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the rest of our channel. We got some awesome videos coming up, some gameplay, some other loadout videos from other team members, and yeah, we'll catch y'all on the flip side. Deuces.